central to our business is our people, and their physical, mental and emotional well-being is really important to us. So in terms of why it's important because if we have a happy and healthy workforce, they will be more productive, they'll be more committed, more engaged, and we'll just have a better relationship with them. And you know, mental health awareness has really been on the agenda for the last couple of years, and it's something that, you know, we have found it's really been worth the investment to, you know, dedicate time and resource into really developing a culture that minds people's mental health.
What have we done, let's say, in the past year that's been different from previous years? I know well-being has been the forefront of a lot of activities, but
yeah,
give us an example.
I mean, in terms of, I suppose, how we communicate with our people, and also, you know, different events. So the Mental Health Awareness Month in May would have been, you know, the first time we ever would have celebrated, I guess, mental health awareness in a month-long series of events. So we had guest speakers, we had parenting experts, we had coffee mornings. And the message is really about it's okay not to be okay, because you know what, everyone works really hard. They're always thinking about work. We're always switched on in many ways with the digital era that we live in. So it's important to know that you have that opportunity to connect with somebody outside of, you know, in work, but outside of normal work chat. So it can be about you, what's happening at home, or something that's happening. You know, it might be a relationship, or it might be just a family situation, anything at all.
Do you think then? I love that personally, but like, did everyone really embrace it?
Yeah, I think so. You know, there definitely has been a lot more openness. You know, managers have really embraced it, which has been fantastic in terms of, you know, having these check-ins and, you know, adding kind of the more personal touch to team meetings or to one-on-one meetings. So kind of having that, how are you, as well as how are you doing in terms of productivity and KPIs and that as well. So it's kind of getting in touch with the person and really connecting with them and understanding what's going on. So the feedback has been positive, and we've seen really good levels of engagement in terms of, you know, team morale and that as well, which has been great. So we'll continue to watch this space.
There's so much out there about mental well-being and mental health. So it's our responsibility as leaders in the business and as a company to recognise that, you know, we need to be the ones that are talking about it, because if people are struggling at home or wherever it might be, they're probably not going to come to us. So if we're a company that speak about it, that are open about it, it's more than likely that it's going to come out easier, and people are going to buy into that, and they're going to work, I think, in a happier environment.
I would say definitely. I mean, we have over half of our population are known as millennials, so, you know, born, I guess, after 1980, so under 35. You know, we have a young demographic, but we also have, you know, a mixture of different demographics, and there's so much talk about millennials and Generation Y and X and Z and everything, but at the end of the day, you know, we all have to work together, and we all work together really well and collaboratively. I do think possibly the younger demographic are more open about mental health issues and mental health awareness, which I think is a very good thing, and I think it's probably having a positive influence on other generations that it's okay not to be okay, it's okay to talk about, you know, the steps that you're taking to address any mental health issues that you might have. So I think we're all learning from each other, and you know, obviously different generations have had different experiences, so we can share and support each other in our journey towards kind of positive mental health.
I think it's certainly more available for the younger people, but typically the ones that aren't speaking are men like my age, say older, but middle-aged, mid-30s to young. But men certainly can be terrible for expressing their emotions, and I for one would have been guilty for that. But I think the fact that we're promoting it and we're getting great speakers out there who are talking about their challenges, talking about their struggles, it empowers people to become more open about it. So I think we are doing a lot in that area, and it's only going to make the importance of well-being a bit more open in the company. I think as a manager, you know, we work in a sales environment, so obviously we have to push sales, and we have to make sure people are doing their job. But I think it's really important at the end of a meeting or a catch up with someone or at any stage, you drop the work talk and you ask them, you know, how are things? How are you today? There's so many organisations out there that I think are very guilty of just talking about work, not really seeing how someone's feeling. And people have bad days. And if, as an employee, if that question is asked to them, I think you can get all sorts of answers. And it's just important that we forget about work sometimes, focus on how are you doing? And we need to just do that regularly to make sure that we are chatting to our good people about what's going on outside of their work.
I think more and more there's less talk about work-life balance, more about blending your work and your life, because we're always on, you know, social media and, you know, the way things are in terms of the digital workplace, we just always are connected. So you don't, you know, come to work and then leave at 5:30 and switch off for the day. You know, you are very much kind of living and breathing your work throughout the day. So it is important to kind of factor in your own life into work as well. So, and I totally would agree with you in terms of those one-to-ones, you know, to focus on obviously the job in hand and, you know, whatever the objectives that are being set, absolutely, but also to kind of say, well, how are you getting on, and, you know, how are things at home or wherever it might be. And it just allows you to kind of have that more open relationship.
Yeah.
So you can kind of nip issues in the bud if they're coming up.
I think we often, because we get so wound up in, you know, the job, like there could be all sorts of stuff going on in people's lives that we're not even aware of. So by simply asking that question at the end of a catch up, how are you doing? It is important, and people will always want you more. And again, it's empowering them to want to work here and feel like they can talk to people in the business. It's not just about sales.